If you're the kind of person who likes to know exactly what's going into your body, someone who reads ingredient lists, checks nutrition labels, and maybe even Googles those hard-to-pronounce additives, then you've probably wondered about the real story behind sports nutrition products. Protein bars and shakes are everywhere, promising quick muscle gains, easy recovery, and a convenient way to hit your daily protein goals. But what's actually inside those shiny wrappers and colorful tubs? Are they really as good for you as the marketing claims? Or are you just eating a glorified candy bar with a little extra protein? For anyone chasing muscle gains, whether you're a seasoned bodybuilder or just starting your fitness journey, the lure of a quick protein fix is real. After all, who doesn't want to maximize their results and recover faster? But before you reach for that next bar or shake, it's worth taking a closer look at what you're actually consuming. Many of us grab a protein bar thinking it's a healthy choice, but if you're skeptical, you're not alone. The truth is, not all protein bars are created equal. Some are packed with high-quality ingredients, while others are loaded with sugar, artificial flavors, and a laundry list of additives that sound more like a chemistry experiment than a snack. And when it comes to protein shakes, the story isn't much different. Sure, they're convenient, just add water, shake, and go. But convenience can sometimes come at a cost, especially if you're not paying attention to what's actually in that scoop of powder. Ultra-processed foods have become the latest nutritional villain, and for good reason. These foods are often stripped of their natural nutrients and pumped full of additives to improve taste, texture, and shelf life. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a protein bar that looked anything like real food? And yes, most protein bars and shakes fall squarely into the ultra-processed category. They're often loaded with sweeteners, gums, preservatives, and a host of ingredients you probably wouldn't find in your kitchen. If you need a science degree to understand the label, that's usually a red flag. Take a look at the ingredients list on your favorite bar or shake. You'll likely see things like maltodextrin, sucralose, soy lecithin, and other additives designed to improve texture, flavor, or shelf life. While these ingredients aren't necessarily dangerous in small amounts, eating them every day can add up. So, should you panic every time you unwrap a protein bar or mix up a shake? Not so fast. It's easy to get caught up in the fear-mongering around processed foods, but context is everything. For athletes, fitness enthusiasts, or anyone with a packed schedule, getting enough protein and nutrients can be a real challenge. Maybe you're running from work to the gym, or you just don't have time to cook a full meal after a long day. In those moments, a protein bar or shake can be a lifesaver, helping you meet your nutritional needs without derailing your progress. That's where sports nutrition products can actually be helpful. They're designed for convenience, portability, and quick nutrition, especially when whole foods aren't an option. But they should be a supplement to your diet, not the foundation. The trick is to use these products wisely. Don't let them become your entire food pyramid. Instead, think of them as a tool in your nutrition toolbox. Something to use when you need it, but not something to rely on for every meal. Here's the real scoop. Most studies linking ultra-processed foods to health risks, like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, are looking at people who eat a lot of junk food and lead sedentary lifestyles. They're not talking about athletes who are burning through calories, building muscle, and using protein supplements as part of an otherwise balanced diet. So, when you hear about the dangers of processed foods, remember that context matters. If you're active, eating mostly whole foods, and using protein bars or shakes to fill in the gaps, you're not the person those studies are warning about. It's the couch potatoes, not the deadlifters, who need to worry. So, how do you snack smarter? Start by checking those labels. Look for products with simple, recognizable ingredients. The fewer additives, the better. If you can pronounce everything on the label and recognize it as real food, you're on the right track. Choose bars and powders that use whole food ingredients, like nuts, seeds, oats, and real protein sources, rather than a long list of artificial sweeteners and fillers. Some brands are making great strides in offering cleaner, more natural options, so do a little research and find what works for you. And don't forget the basics. Balance your diet with plenty of whole foods. Real meals. Think grilled chicken, veggies, whole grains, eggs, beans, and healthy fats should always be your foundation. Use protein bars and shakes to supplement, not replace those meals. Bottom line, protein shakes and bars aren't evil, but they're not magic either. They're a convenient tool, not a miracle solution. Use them to support your goals, not as a crutch for a poor diet. When you use sports nutrition products wisely, focusing on quality, moderation, and balance, you can boost your performance, support your recovery, and still keep your health on track. Remember, it's about the big picture: a healthy lifestyle, smart choices, and a little bit of common sense. Want more myth-busting, science-backed advice on fitness and nutrition? Hit subscribe and join us for the real scoop, so you can make smarter choices, fuel your body right, and crush your goals with confidence.